In conclusion, let's go back to your book, Disunited Nations. Captain, have a copy there with you? There it is. Put it a little closer. All right. Beautiful. Talk to us about the chapters. Give us a preview.
Sure. So the whole point of this book is to give you an idea of what the international system or international lack of system is going to be over the course of the next 20, 30 years. So there's a couple of fun sections right in the beginning, the chapters that I enjoyed the most, which are called How to Rule the World and How to Be a Successful Country. And we basically we build up and knock down a lot of the conventional wisdom that we've heard of late. It mostly focuses on the Chinese situation, going through all the reasons why people think that China is just going to rule everything, and showing why most of those things that people think are strengths are actually catastrophic, system-wrenching mistakes. And we are, in the next decade, looking at the end of the Chinese system as we know it, probably the end of China as a unified country as we know it. Once you get that under your belt, you can kind of venture out into the wider world and see the countries that will do well and why. One of the big things to remember is from 1945 until the present, the United States has maintained the global order. And that has allowed every country to play and every country to rise. Well, if a country wasn't able to make it work before the order, it's probably not going to be able to make it work once the United States leaves. So these countries that have just done so well of late, Iran and Saudi Arabia and China and Russia and Brazil, don't get too attached. But if you look at the world before 1945, look at the countries that did well then. They're going to become roaring back because they don't need a calm international environment. They've got the stability at home, they've got the ability to project power, they've got insulation. So Japan, Turkey, France, and Argentina, those are the countries of the future.
Got it. That's okay. So how many pages in the book?
Yeah, it's kind of beefy. 435.
And that's after you cut how many pages out into the cutting room floor?
Yeah, the original contract called for 80,000, and I submitted 180,000. So we ended up cutting almost 50,000. Now there are a lot of pictures in here, so it's not all text.
If you get a lot of pictures, that means Trump will read it.
We can hope.
One thing I'd like to say is how can someone follow you? And because I get your updates every so often, which are awesome reads. And I post them quite often on LinkedIn. For the general public and Leasing Avenue's audience, how do you go about getting on to, subscribing to your newsletter, if you will?
Sure. The newsletter subscription is free. You can just sign up at www.zeihan.com. And I also have a Twitter feed that I comment on the news of the day, and all the newsletters go there as well. And that's at peterzeihan.com. Or I'm sorry, just at peterzeihan.
At Peter Zeihan. And the book goes on sale Tuesday. We can still get your previous books as well.
Absolutely.
Yes. And last thing is, I have to say something about your speaking style. Everybody who has just seen this video with Peter, that is his speaking style. If you read his book, that is his speaking style. It's refreshing to read a book and to see the person speaking when the same tongue-in-cheek humor, the same irreverent humor, the same sarcasm comes out the same way. If you like dry humor, you're going to love Peter. So hire him to come speak for your conferences. Trust me, you won't be disappointed whatsoever. Peter, thank you so much for your time with us, and I look forward to seeing you in a week at the ELFA's Executive Roundtable in Naples, Florida.
That's going to be a good time.
Yeah, thank you for your time, Peter. Have a great day.
Take care.
Bye-bye.